Well, students put Northwestern high school officials on the defensive at a forum last night in Hyattsville. Administrators called the meeting to address concerns over the handling of a recent student-planned protest that resulted in several suspensions. Rochelle Metzger has the latest on the story.
Students at Northwestern High School have a lot to say.
We're trying to get more people to understand what is happening.
Faculty and county leaders seemed ready to listen at a forum last night in Hyattsville that grew tense at times as passionate students sparred with officials on stage.
We are always open. Elected officials, take your pen. You all know how to write, you know how to do email.
Dozens of students stood up to air their grievances. Some were shown on PowerPoint slides.
Some of them had to do with sanitary issues. Some of them had to do with the wage freeze on our teachers' pay, which we think is unjust, oversized classrooms.
Officials hope to quell a recent wave of Occupy-inspired activism that came to a head March 1st when staff squashed plans for a walkout.
What concerned me that day was the presence in terms of the overall school feeling. It was very tense for some reason, but it really wasn't coming from the students. My classes ran fine, and we actually used it as a teachable moment, and we talked about the First Amendment.
Shane James is one of 4 students suspended for allegedly inciting a disturbance.
I did not participate in the action, so I don't see how I incited any disturbance, let alone violence. And despite the actions of the administration, it was fully peaceful.
We saw police cars everywhere. We saw K-9 units, K-9 trucks, outside the school property, and my question to them was, what was the reason, what was the point of doing that?
Community members and school staff say the incident could have been handled better by all involved.
I didn't view it as inciting. I became aware of the suspensions after the fact. I personally, if it was my child, I would be very upset, and I would disagree immensely with the administration.
It's really valuable that students are voicing their concerns, because a lot of times we don't really tell the right people, or the right ears don't hear what we have to say and what our problems are with the schools or the school system. And so while I may say that the students could have done it differently in terms of the way they voiced their concerns, I just appreciate the fact that they are voicing their concerns.
Rochelle Metzger reporting, CTV News.
The students who were suspended are pushing to have it removed from their records. That decision is up to the principal, who says he is still reviewing the incident and will consider the requests. Principal Batanga also tells CTV that he plans to put together a 9 to 14-member student advisory council so he can stay informed on student issues and concerns.